Hello everyone, I am here on the behalf of Team Spark and today we are excited to present our project UrbanCool. UrbanCool is a futuristic AI-driven climate intelligence to perform designed for helping cities understand heat and predict heat and most importantly reduce it. Our first focus city is Nashik because that's where we live and the entire platform has been localized for Indian conditions. So the problem we are solving here is that across India, cities are getting hotter day by day. More constructions, less trees, and high emissions has created something that we call urban heat islands, which have pockets of extreme heat inside the city. So these heat islands create electricity usage and which is very much increased and then reduce outdoor productivity causing major health issues during summer months. But the biggest issue is most Indian cities can't actually see their heat problem. There's no easy tool for citizens, students, planners, or local governments to visualize heat patterns or stimulate the climate interventions or compare past and future heat trends. This gap is exactly what we wanted to solve. Urban Cool gives cities complete visibility and the power to act. So, what is Urban Cool? Urban Cool is an all in one climate tech platform that brings together heat mapping, IoT sensor data, carbon estimation, environmental layers, prediction modeling, and simulation tools, all in one clear futuristic interface. It works entirely on a real map of Nashik using Indian temperature units, Indian currency, and Indian sustainability standards. So everything here is designed to be practical, accessible, and city focused. So here we are at the landing page where we have urban cool, driven heat mapping, and climate simulation. So what we have here is the heat mapping, carbon credits, and urban simulator just says in short what we have overall. And we have about contact, the repository, and privacy. So getting started, first we have the heat map here. So the heat map here for Nashik city, now not to completely developed, we can see like for Nashik city, this is the city center where we can see there is very high heat compared to the other regions where it is moderate to low heat. You can also see the average temperature, UHI index, canopy coverage, and the energy stress, which is actually higher. There's also tree canopy coverage and emissions. So after that we have carbon credits. So carbon credits play a major role when we talk about carbon trends or anything related to heat mapping and industrial point of view. So carbon credits play a major role when we compare emissions of a company. They are required to fulfill some standards and carbon credits play a very vital role there. So here we have option to buy carbon credits, uh, which we are thinking as a future purpose of now. But for the prototype purpose, it is there. So regulatory fines and offset via project. And these are the emission trends. Also, investing in renewable energy and urban forestry can reduce emissions up to 40%, which is one pro tip there. Then there is the urban simulator, which is the main thing of our app, where you can just test what changes would be there if something was added. So let's say if this is a tree. So one tree is suppose 100 trees. So if you put it here, so you can see what changes being made. What happens when you put a reflective pool? What happens when you add a solar panel? What happens when you add a water body? What happens when you add an industry? So let's say we have a water body here, so I add it here. Okay, let's just see. Okay, then we have the industry. Let's say I have some industrial area here. You can see the changes that can be seen here. Okay, then we'll say we have some solar panels here, okay, and some reflective pools here. Overall, you can see how much each change I made the difference here in the impact stats. Then we can just reset it to the thing. Then we have the IoT insights, which will work based on some sensors here. Let's say sensor C, sensor D, sensor A, which are totally for test purpose here. After that, we have predictive modeling, which goes with the name. What it will do is predict climate changes according to the current trends. So temperature rise is going to be the worst case, which is obvious as we know. The energy demand is going to increase. CO2 reduction is minus 22%, which will completely be ML based. Then we have the environmental layers like your tree canopy, water bodies, urbanization, population density, and pollution zones. Then we can compare historical data with each other. After that, we have reports which show which show data in a very interesting manner. I can see the trends clearly, how the changes were there according to time. Then we have community projects where someone can join a project or fund a project, where each project has their own goal, own initiative, and what can be done. And then obviously there is user settings to be changed. As usual, the best name to work with is Jaunt. So this is all for our website, our prototype of UrbanCool. I hope you liked it. And that's all. Thank you.